The intro, to be honest.
Yeah.
I told you, Eddie.
Fuck's sake, I can do it.
When it was just me,
The
then
thing
he
is,
was like,
if it was,
this will be good. No!
it's not. I'm not saying it's not funny. I just think if it was funnier, it can come off as a joke. I just think that off the bat, with no context, it just comes off a bit. It doesn't come off right. Do you know what I mean?
Alright, ready? Begin. Do I go again?
yeah, please.
What's up, guys? Welcome to What the Fuck Happened Last Night. I'm Ed, that's Reese, that's Ryan, that's Jay. So, Reese, who do you think would win in a fight between you and John Wick?
Why is it always Reese being the fight with people? We know
Because Reese is the only one here that competes in an actual fighting
but
sport.
can any human compete with John Wick?
I don't know. I mean, like that.
Can Thanos beat John Wick?
I mean, there's a question. I reckon, like John Wick will give Thanos a good run for his money.
Is John Wick simply going for Thanos for the fight, or did Thanos trigger John Wick in any way?
Thanos killed his dog.
Oh yeah, he's fucked.
Thanos is fucked.
He's dead.
I mean, like, I reckon, like, Thanos would put up a decent fight, but, like, you know, I
think even with all 6 Infinity Stones, if the dog's dead, he's dead.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not watched a single Avengers film past, like, Avengers 2.
Oh mate, you're fucking missing out so much.
I mean, like, I
know it's cringy, but it's fucking class cinema at the end of the day.
I remember, what was the one with the Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
Captain America,
the Winter
Soldier.
I mean, I remember there was one where they just looked for every excuse for, like, every character to appear. And, like, what one was that? Was that Civil War?
Or Infinity War. No, Civil War was probably the one.
I don't know.
Civil War had all of the main ones. Infinity War had, like, Guardians of the Galaxy and everything as well.
Yeah, but Infinity War made sense why they had everyone.
Yeah.
Civil War was more like, it felt a bit pushed. I see what you mean.
Civil War was just rushing to get to Infinity War, I'd say.
I don't think that's fair.
No. It was rushing the conflict type thing.
I mean, it just felt forced.
I feel like the conflict between Iron Man and Captain America should have happened over 2 movies.
I mean, my thing is like, I know Captain America's meant to be like this idealistic, like, you know, I'm the good guy no matter what, hold your morals up, blah 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 blah. But I just don't buy it. I'm like, this is me being a cynic. I just don't buy it.
You wouldn't because you don't believe in morals.
Do you believe in anything, Eddie?
Yeah, I believe in So let's get the topic jar up.
We've got a topic jar now.
Yeah, we got an actual jar now.
We just say welcome to what should be the first episode to come out live on Spotify at the same time as the YouTube video. So if you're listening to this on Spotify, big ups. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the... I listened to it on Spotify when we released them last week, and it is strange not having the video.
Yeah.
Because we are just waffling.
I kind of prefer listening to it.
I don't know, I feel like because we are just waffling.
I think watching it, you have to concentrate so much.
Yeah.
So it kind of kills it a bit.
I listened to one walking to work, and then when I was cleaning up and stuff, but just having it on, like Reece says, like when you're watching it, it's like you're focusing on who's talking, and if someone moves, it's like they're focusing on them, and then you lose. But when it's just playing, you can just listen. I prefer it. But...
With Spotify, a lot of people have told me they've been listening to it on like runs and doing stuff like that. To be fair.
Oh yeah, well I'd have to be going outside to be able to relate to that. But hey ho.
Ryan, when was the last time you went outside?
I literally haven't left the door of my flat in like 2 weeks.
Shit.
Ryan, is everything okay?
How are you getting
so that topic job?
How
I've got HelloFresh. I've got HelloFresh deliveries.
Oh.
So like every Saturday, I've got like all my ingredients delivered, and then like just have that.
How much does that cost?
It's not much. It's like I pay like 40 quid a week. I get like 5 meals for two people. My meals this week are fucking like fancy as shit as well. I've got like cod medallions and like lamb shanks and shit. It's fucking decent. I can't complain.
I thought about doing it for a while at uni because, like, you know, it's as much as I love me and Reese's trips down to Lidl. Sometimes he used to do this thing where I would walk with him and he'd have his headphones in. I'd just be talking to him and he just wouldn't talk back.
That's fair.
And like, you know, and like if I put my headphones in, he'd suddenly get offended that I don't want to talk to him. And like, I just had to stand there.
That's the most thing I could have ever heard.
Like, I just had to walk with him, talking aimlessly while he was just quiet. And I just kind of thought in the end, you know what, I just want to get my food delivered.
In my defense, I listened sometimes when you said something funny. Like when you did the ghost thing, that was funny.
What was the ghost thing?
Listen to that. When you were like, oh, 50,000 people used to live here.
Oh, what? That's not a ghost thing, that's Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I know. Mate, I'm tired, sorry, my bad.
I just want to raise this point. Either you're talking about Call of Duty Ghosts.
No, I meant the Modern Warfare sniper mission. That when you said those things.
But even then, Ghost has nothing to do with it because that was Captain
Price. I know. I got confused. I'm tired. Okay.
So back to Lidl.
Back to Lidl. That's what we're going back to.
I mean, people give Lidl a pretty bad rep, but I'm not
literally no one gives Lidl a bad rep.
I mean, the people that have the financial means to shop at Waitrose do, but they're
the people that have the financial means to shop at Waitrose give Lidl and other minorities a bad rep. So do we really care?
No, I agree.
Ocado is elite though. Ocado is elite.
What the fuck is Ocado?
It's like
it's the delivery one.
Yeah, it's like
it's a delivery supermarket,
but it's cheaper than Waitrose.
Is the food still the same quality? I mean, is Waitrose food even? I can't afford Waitrose.
Waitrose food is like, to be fair, when if I'm making sushi or something, if I can get away with, if I have time to go to Waitrose, it's well worth it.
I have never gone in a Waitrose in my life. I don't think.
Oi, Lidl ketchup, Eddie. Do you remember the Lidl ketchup?
Yeah, right, I'm going to just run this past you. There are a lot of things which I store in my head. Right, most of them I try to keep significant. Lidl ketchup is not significant.
Right, it was dreadful, right? So we went to Lidl. I was a bit low on money and couldn't be bothered to go to Tesco to get Heinz ketchup. So I was like, you know what? I'll try some Lidl ketchup out, right? Because when you're having like some scrambled eggs on toast, you want a bit of ketchup, something like that, yeah? Or a burger or something. So I tried this Lidl ketchup. It was disgusting, bro. Mate, it pissed me off to the point I got drunk that night. I think it was Attic or something.
Now I know the story's cat because Reese just said he got drunk.
Shut
up. No, he got drunk, but it was just like
Eddie, you were there for it. You were there for it. I got back into our kitchen. I was with Eddie and Jack, and I phoned Lidl customer support up and left them a message complaining about their ketchup.
I thought Georgia was a Karen. Maybe you were the Karen all along and you just engaged her.
Mate, the ketchup was horrible.
Before we get on with anything else, we got a sponsor.
We do.
An actual sponsor.
Wait, are we announcing it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, can do. I mean, we're sponsored by them. So, if you listen to this on Spotify, you miss the big reveal in visuals. But we have got...
Jay, why didn't you just get your dick out?
Damn it. Next, sponsored by Jay's dick. That'd be the biggest fucking hog thing ever.
YouTube right now.
Oh, the best bit is...
Yeah.
They'll probably be watching this, us like announcing the sponsorship, and they'll just hear Eddie go, "Oh, Jay, just get your dick out." Yeah, we definitely want to work with you guys again.
Yeah. No, we do want to work with you. Trust me.
It's elite clothing. They're great. Yeah, you buy the stuff.
Talk about quality.
To be fair, you know how most people get like sponsors and go, oh, I actually use it, and they don't, right? They don't. Or I actually play Raid Shadow. You don't play Raid Shadow Legends.
True Jordy is not sit there and play Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sorry. Like, I love him to bits, but there's no way. There's two people who I know will waffle on about Raid Shadow Legends, but definitely don't actually play it. Linus Tective and True Jordy are waffling when they say they're playing Raid.
So most people who go, we've got a sponsor, and they say, if you use NordVPN, they don't actually use it, or Raid Shadow, they don't actually play it. Elite Clothing actually have decent, like, not well, more than decent, great quality clothing, and it's very comfortable and soft.
You know what would be a really good
sponsorship.
idea? So this is a topic we can talk about on the podcast as well, about the YouTube videos. If we make a YouTube video of just Jay giving like some 90s trailer for the company. Just have him like one of those Lynx adverts where he's like walking down the street, no girls notice him. He puts a t-shirt on, every girl comes up to it.
Can the girls just be me and Eddie in the way?
Did you just put the t-shirt on top of the other t-shirt? That is a war crime, but alright.
Did you unplug your mic whilst doing so?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
We're professional. We're professional podcasts. We have sponsors. Like,
so anyone on the Spotify, basically, it's a clothing brand. It looks fucking sick. We'll put our discount code in the description with the link to the website, and get stuff, or else you're a mug. Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
And it's not going to be the first.
No. Like, are you calling me a mug just because I'm I'm too big for the size?
Okay,
you know,
yeah. If you are on the larger side and don't fit any of the sizes, then don't worry, you're not a mug. But if you do fit them and you don't get them, then you're a mug.
Can I just say, the email that I sent to the guy running this company, I put all of our sizes and stuff so they can send some stuff out to us. And Eddie was like, none of them fit. So I'm like, I'll go at like XL, Reese wants a large, Ron wants a medium. And I attached to the email Eddie's address and then largest size possible. I was like, it'll work.
I can't wait to see what Eddie gets.
Right. Largest size possible. I know what I'm going to get. They're going to send like an XL shirt, and I'm just going to have to... I used to work music festivals, right? And I remember we would have like uniforms that we had to wear. I remember F1, we had a uniform. And every fucking time I showed up to a music festival, we would be handing out uniforms. And every time, because you have to walk through that part to get into the festival, as part of the security checks, I would say to the girl, look, can we not go through this week? You know that it doesn't fit me. Don't do this to me. And then she'd go, no, you have to try it on. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. It's an XL. I know for a fact an XL won't fit. Basically, it got to every time I went to a music festival to work, I would have to rip a shirt trying to get it onto me. And then she would then say,
for wanting to see. Can you blame them for wanting to see that? Not only getting you to take your shirt off, but having the sight of you ripping a shirt.
Yeah, to be fair, that is honestly
that's hot.
That's
hot.
Dream come true.
I could have said that Eddie was a size small, so he can wear one that's like a handkerchief. Or
imagine if for the jokes of it, they just send one of their t-shirts in a baby size.
Bro,
that would be
fun. No, it's just I miss working.
Put on this massive schlong, sponsored by Elite Clothing.
That'll be part of the sponsor trailer. Just helicoptering with the t-shirt.
Hashtag cop reveal.
No, it's actually this is half the reason This is half the reason why I want to lose weight. I mean, I'm on topic of this. I'll talk about this in a minute. I've done really well this week.
Yeah, mate. Props to you.
I've lost nearly a stone in a week. For those of us that work in kilos, what's the stone in kilos? It's 14 pounds. 7 kilos. I'll say about 7 kilos.
I'm not
6, 7 kilos. Yeah.
It's
1 pound is
it's a lot to lose in a week,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot to lose in a week.
It's good.
But the thing is, I'll be shopping online. I'll be going through all of these fucking sites. I think, oh, that looks nice, and then suddenly I look at the size and I'm like, no. And I've slowly conditioned myself that if I think something looks nice, I don't even check. I just automatically assume it won't fit, which is why I dress like a tramp. So it's nothing. It's just.
I thought you were dressing like a tramp to attract what you're looking for. Well, no. If you dress like a tramp, you might attract more tramps. I thought that's what you were going for.
I mean, I'm not trying to attract psychopaths. It just sort of happens.
That's true.
Yeah.
Eddie, what is your dream girl or man? What is
What do
your
you mean, or
dream
man?
girl or man? I don't know what you're into, man.
You do know what I'm into. When me and him lived together, he would see a girl walking through the uni and go, "That's your type." And it got to the point where he narrowed my type down to such an accurate extent. He knew I would like a girl before I did.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't even answer this anymore. Like, at one point, I would have said Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim, but the more I've watched that film, the more I've grown to hate her as a character.
Like not an example, as in like characteristics.
Like if you were like teleported into like heaven or some shit,
Yeah.
and he was like, "All right, I'm giving you like half an hour custom character creation. You can do whatever you want. This is the person you're gonna marry. What are you doing?"
I would just make a clone of Race.
But like
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, like body wise, or are you making them wrong?
I want Reese's body.
Are you keeping them a wrongin, or are you actually giving them a brain?
No, I want to give them
I
Ryan's haircut.
I have a brain.
Reese's body.
You daft cunt. All right.
Reese's body with Ryan's haircut. That is my ideal woman.
Wait, now to be fair, can we tap into what Georgia said the other day when trying to get Apex?
Oh my god, for fuck's sake. So you know how they say like, what there's opposites attracts, and what's the opposite of that? There's like people who are similar stick together or whatever, right?
Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, exactly. So Reese's girlfriend was trying to download Apex, and Apex isn't on Steam; it's on like Origin, right? And she's like, "Oh, I don't know how to get it."
No, it was on Steam.
It's on Steam. I didn't know that. And it's like, "Oh no, but it's making me pay 60 quid for it." And it's like, "No, it's free." It's like, "No, it's making me pay 60 quid for it." And then she shares her screen, and it's like, "Download is 60 gigabytes," and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Mate, it was absolutely, because she you know what she's like. She was being
She's
so stubborn
convinced.
about it. She was like being bare rude, going like, "No, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, look, it says here £60." She starts sharing her stream because we're like, "No, it's not," and we're just like, "That's 60 gigabytes, you absolute moron."
I mean, I do feel like that's one of the stories that's like better if you're in the moment than telling it on a podcast. But that's why Eddie has a jar of topics. That's what Eddie's jar of topics
is. Is this a subtle hint to go to the jar?
Before we get onto the jar, let's quickly touch onto the YouTube.
Oh yeah. What do you want to say about it?
Because we haven't even properly spoke about ourselves. I just put the idea.
No, we really haven't. So I don't know why you're bringing it up.
Yeah, exactly. So this will be fun.
This is like the 5th episode, and
Is this where we introduce ourselves? Just like
people barely know anything about us other than our stupid stories. They don't know what we're actually like as people, unless they're friends with us.
So,
I mean, I doubt that I'm not gonna lie. I doubt anyone puts up with this podcast unless they know any one of us.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, puts up is a really like. It's not a nice way to phrase it. I know for a fact people probably listen to this and like. It just makes their life, you know. People we don't even know.
Do you reckon anyone's ever used a podcast as a torture net?
Probably.
They will now.
I mean, like, you know, sometimes if I'm feeling the need for self-destruction, I listen to Impulsive. But that's about it. Like, you know.
Impulsive is funny, to be fair.
We should do a social experiment where we lock someone in a room for like a week, and all they have is the podcasts of our episodes of the podcast on repeat through speakers. That's all they can hear. See what happens to it.
So that sounds like heaven, just being able to listen to like all of your voices all the time.
Stop it.
I've done my bit to promote it. I was on Omegle, and people were like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Promote the podcast. Go listen." And
that's a YouTube video idea. Hopping on Omegle.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of editing because there's a lot of cock. So
yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, last time I went on Omegle.
Just to clear this up, your cock or their cock?
Both, you know. How else do you think he's getting this, like, the advertisement for the podcast?
He was just trying to find Belle Delphine cosplayers.
Right. Here we go again.
Right.
Jesus
so why I bring this up is because Jay did announce about the YouTube video ideas on the What the Fuck Happened Last Night Twitter. He said, hypothetically, if we started making YouTube videos, what would you like to see from us? Any ideas? Some of the ideas were Eddie versus Ryan drinking, which I
I'd
think
win.
would be cool.
I'd win.
A 1v1 tournament on Rust, a fight tournament, and everyone versus me in a fight. All of these ideas I'm very much down for.
Yeah, so.
Is it weird that I feel like all of us versus Reese in a fight would go very .PG very quickly?
Yeah.
With everyone versus Reese in a fight, are we talking like 4-man rumble or are we talking like 3v1? Because if it's 3v1, I reckon we could take you. If it's like all of us,
3v1.
I think Reese. I think Eddie alone has got you in a fight. No offense, Reese.
Not boxing.
Not boxing, but if like anything else,
Yeah, but
other than
boxing
like.
is not really fighting, is it, Reese?
Wait.
Ryan, take AJ in a fight.
Yo,
Right, do it.
yo. This is like this is like the start of the Sidemen beef when someone makes a joke about Deji and then it caused all of their like YouTube boxing. This is the start. Me and Ryan fighting next year.
No, my favourite Sidemen diss stuff has been all the like subtle jabs at fucking Talia Moore that Motorshore is doing. It's when they did the video where they were like spending 10 grand on each other, so he like asks Talia what Simon wants. It's like a handbag. It's like, I'm not falling for that, you silly fucking cunt. You silly. And the best one was in higher and lower. Like Talia Moore has less like.
Oh yeah. It's Manny, isn't it?
Than who?
The Manny.
Yeah, than Manny. And then he was like, bro, like all the stands are doing shit. What the
fuck? Have you seen them on Among Us when Vic and Josh they've got the proximity chat mod on, and Vic Vic and Josh just start chasing KSI around the whole map, just like just singing off Harry's diss track on him.
Oh yeah, the diss track.
He just starts getting so pissed off. He's like, stop it.
To be fair, Harry got fucking destroyed in that diss track.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, so did Joe.
I feel like I'm the only British person that doesn't watch Sidemen.
You are, to be fair, mate.
Yeah, for a long time, like from I think like when KSI, you know, when he took that like 7-month break or 6-month break.
Yeah.
When he came back, I was like, I wasn't a fan. Like I just thought he's so up his own arse, egotistical. But
during diss track season.
Just before that, like when he came back with Creature, and then he was like with the box
with Rice Gum and shit,
yeah, and then after the box with Joe Well, I was like, you know what, I do like him. Like he's got class
I think
content.
He's class.
Yeah, he's earned my respect. To be fair, I do like him. I do.
I think that the dynamic of the group works really well as well. I think that if it wasn't for the Sidemen, he would have definitely gone up his own arse a lot.
Yeah. I'd easily say Harry's the funniest though. Harry's the best Sideman.
I mean,
it's because he's just the least professional at all. Like I saw a comparison of like all of the Sidemen ending their YouTube videos. I was like, all of them have like some mad outro with some like music starts blasting and everything, and it shows all their socials. Harry's is just like, he kicks a football at a goal and just goes, yeah, that's good enough. The video just comes to a straight end.
No, like minimum effort.
Well, the thing is that I feel like he obviously made it big time early in the days of YouTube, so he really doesn't have to like try anymore.
Yeah.
Like whatever he'll upload will get like banging views anyway, and it's like he doesn't need to upload to survive anymore. So
that's what I was about. So what baffles me is how he gained over 1.4 million subs in a year of not uploading. I was like,
yeah, that's because it's just like
baffles me.
Well, because he's doing stuff with the Sidemen, but people still discover him. Like people are still finding him out all the time.
In case he uploads.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying about the YouTube then?
Well, just what would people like to see when this lockdown lifts, and we'll get on it and do some like. Well, to be fair, we can start doing like the rusting or Omegle or something.
What the fuck happened last night does roulette or poker.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And he puts his mum's mortgage on a roulette table.
No. You know that bot I coded for the server with the people?
Yeah.
The other night I was playing roulette with my family. I don't know how it happened. Like we were playing cards. and I was just asking the bot, do I put it all on black? It would go no. Do I put it all in black? I go no. And like when it eventually says yes, I put everything on black and I won. I won. And then I did it again a few times over, and then I waited for it to say yes again, and it went yes, and I won. So all I'm saying is, we're going to a casino for my 23rd, and I'm trusting this bot with my money. I don't give a shit.
I'm so dumb.
How old you are?
Mate, shut up, you fucking...
Oi, Ryan, shut up, you're the youngest one there.
Wait, who's the youngest? Is it Ryan?
It's Ryan.
Let's
Wait,
talk
how old
No, I'm sorry.
He's just turned 19, is it? Or 20? No, just turned 20.
I just turned 20, mate. Alright, sit me down. 2001. I'm a 2000 boy.
I thought you were like...
Bro, imagine not being born in a like era that doesn't start with 19. Just imagine.
Bro, imagine being fucking dumb.
Oi, fair play. Oi, I wouldn't have that.
It's been a long day, lad.
And he's gonna drop his diss track now.
Oh, sorry.
Imagine being dumb.
It's 5 episodes into the What the Fuck Happened Last Night podcast, so there's
I
already...
wasn't even listening to that. My brother just popped his head in. Like,
Oh.
so, you know, if that was a diss on me, I'm sorry it was wasted, my friend. You know?
Oh, mate, that was one of the best ones as well. Like, the best ones I've used in a while.
I listened.
You did kind of do you though, mate. I won't lie to you.
I mean, Reese, like, you know, I don't want to bring up the...
Don't do this again! We're not doing this again!
All I'm going to say is, if Reese ever decides to get higher, I'm going to just call him Pot Noodle from there on out. That is what, like...
I'm having a very bad hair day right now.
Yeah,
I'm not liking
lifetime.
it.
You know, like...
Right, leave
I've
my
got-
hair
I-
alone.
I
see the Twitch, he's
Leave
getting
my hair
angry.
alone, leave my hair alone.
I fully can see, like, because Reese doesn't do much, like...
End the sentence there. What?
Doesn't
Yeah,
do
Reese
much.
doesn't do
I
much,
just exist.
do much of anything genuinely productive outside for, like, pursue a needless boxing career. And so, I imagine him, like, all of a sudden getting really into his coding. And the only reason why that would be was to develop a Snapchat, you know, the Instagram and Snapchat filters. And all it would do is give him his haircut at his best. So he doesn't have to spend 6 hours doing his hair and he can only spend 3 before going on calls.
Oh no, what I reckon Reese would do is just code a Snapchat filter so it puts a hand there like that. So that way he doesn't have to go through the effort of raising his arm to do that when he's taking the
I'll
picture.
just get a hat with a hand on it. Just forever.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
but
Then it'll keep my fringe down and I'll have the hand.
Bro, you're like the girls that go skiing and they spend like 3 hours on their hair in the morning and then put a fucking helmet on. Why would you put a hat on your hair when you spend 30 minutes on it every day?
Right.
well,
You can't really cuss anyone's hair out right now, to be fair, mate.
Bro, I'm vibing.
Ryan, what is your hair right now?
My hair is what happens when I don't get it cut for like 2 months.
I mean, I don't understand the concept of spending half an hour on your hair. Do you know what I do in the morning? I'd like take my hair out, I wash it, I'll tie it back up. I don't get the point of like putting that much effort into it.
You know,
Then
what
again-
Do you know what I do in the morning?
don't. All I do, like, I'll just shower, get
Bro,
out,
you
dry.
literally spent 30 fucking minutes at the beginning of every call going,
Yeah, because I'm having a bad hair day.
And it still looks like noodles.
Yeah, there's no help in it, okay?
sorry, in case people get confused who are watching the video, that was me doing Reese, it wasn't 2 Reeses.
Oh yeah, I forgot we've got
That
Spotify now.
was
We have
Ryan
to stop
doing
catering.
Right, true.
Oh.
Oh man. I got an idea for a video, by the way, that we can do. We can do, you know what Chris MD did with Will, Steve?
Oh, the takeaway one.
Yeah. Or like a party one.
The party, yeah. That would be jokes, to be fair.
What was the party one?
Like the 10,000 versus, what was it 1,000 or 10,000?
I think it was 10,000 because Chris
Versus
MD got
100.
a statue, didn't he? But,
Yeah. Mate,
every time, it's when he went to pick something up in the statue like that, he went, oh my god, he probably shit himself.
Oh, it's so brilliant that.
Man. I think it's about time Eddie pulls a topic out the jar.
I think it is topic jar.
Saying.
First topic out of the official job. Nice. Let's
Right,
go.
that saves us from 2 months awkward silence.
I might pay because I've now got Eddie's address. I might buy a custom jar for him.
A custom jar.
Yeah, just a custom.
Alright, ready? open it up. For fuck's sake, no.
Here we go already.
What was it?
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Again?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, man.
And what's the point of this fucking jar if half the topics can't go on the
Don't fuck with
podcast?
cats.
Oh, that was a fucking banger.
Bro, that fucked me up. That fully fucked me up.
Oh yeah.
Jay, do you know what it is?
What? The Netflix documentary.
Yeah,
Don't fuck with cats.
Luca Magnotta.
So yeah, I watched like one episode with my brother and his girlfriend, and I watched the first episode with them, and I was like, normally I don't mind like messed up stuff. I'm a fan of messed up horror, kind of just creepy stuff, and I'm like, it intrigues me. And please don't call the police on me. And I watched the first one. I was like, I'm intrigued for the second one. So I watched the second one, and instantly I was like, I don't want to watch it. But I fully do not want to watch the third. And by the time I watched the third one on my own at like 3 a.m, I was scarred. I was legitimately like, this is horrible. It's awful.
Yeah.
I binge watched it all within like a day.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it was
Same.
absolutely not. Like, I kind of knew about it before because, like, as I keep bringing up on this podcast, I used to use 4chan a lot.
Yeah.
And like, if anyone knows what 4chan is, they know that, like, that if you go on 4chan, you're gonna see some messed up shit. It's just the rules of what 4chan is. And like, I saw the video of him killing that Chinese guy well before I knew what happened. And I used to I thought it was a hoax. But then I remember I thought it was a hoax because, like, back in the day,
like, oh shit, I left my porn open. And then
No, but then I thought it was a hoax, and then one day I'm watching this fucking Netflix documentary, and like, you got this. By the way, I just want to raise this point: Luca Magnotta is a fucking gimp. Right? Even if like we take aside the fact he killed those people, his voice is the most jarring thing I've ever heard. He's like, oh, I don't know why everyone's saying I'm dating this serial killer's wife. I just want to live a normal life. Shut up! All right, you look like a fucking gimp. Shut. Someone else take over. I'm getting angry. All right, like just.
Basically, for those who don't know, I highly recommend watching this. It's like a 4-part Netflix documentary series. Is it 4-part or 3-part?
4 or 3.
Yeah. Anyway,
I just find it funny because you always hear these stories about people on the internet who actually cut down real life like serial killers. But the problem is usually like on the 4chan that we use the term weaponized autism, right? Because that's basically what it is. You just have people that are so obsessed with minute details that they can just watch a video and like pick out like a sound of a cricket. Oh, that's the North African horn-tailed cricket. They're native to like northeastern America. Like that's how they do it. But then you watch like boomers do it, and you're just like, okay.
You mean like that?
That's kind of what's so cool about the.
You mean like that?
How did you work that out like that? Bro.
Jay, do you remember the first time we ever spoke?
Yeah.
Jay didn't know I had autism, so he just put on that shirt, and I'm like, oh, you know I have autism, and he just he looked like he was about to
my heart dropped out my arsehole. I was like, oh no.
That's what's so crazy about like Reddit and stuff like that is whenever there's something for people to figure out, you just get like, if you put the minds of a certain amount of people to it, people will be able to know things that other people don't. And once you put all that information together, it all gets solved like that. But basically, this series is about this fucking psycho who like was filming videos of like killing cats on the internet, and then was moving on to more and more worse things, trying to provoke a reaction and become famous from it, until it came to the point where he was killing people. And it's how like these group of people on 4chan and on Facebook groups and shit figured out who he was, managed to like track him and help and make local authorities aware of where he was, etc., etc.
I mean, it wasn't the 4chaners that were doing it. It was just the boomers on Facebook in this thing.
Yeah, but they're quite prominent in the documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to knock them for like they were trying. It's just the methods they employed to do it sometimes seemed like a little bit, and like when you actually, they're not professional, but like It's just like I remember at one point she was just like, "Oh, I spent 12 hours looking at images of door handles, trying to narrow down whether this like what region he was in." I'm like, "Bruh, just door handles." I get that you're trying, but there comes a point where sometimes it's best just to wait. Like if you are genuinely spending 12 hours a day looking at pictures of door handles, get a hobby.
You might have attacked one specific person listening to this podcast now, and our audience retention graph on YouTube is like by a viewer.
Someone who's just a mod on r/door handles, just like.
I am outraged.
I am outraged. I am a mod on r/door handles. The ban hammer has dropped. Like just.
You're gonna get one.
That's what. Out of all the things, we get cancelled for fucking talking smack about. I really rarely start watching like shit out of the blue, and I don't know whether it was like around New Year's, and I don't know whether it was my brother who was staying with me at the time, or like my flatmate. But I fell asleep in the living room, and I woke up and it was on the telly, in the living room, and it was like the end of. And it was Death Up with Cats, and I was just like, so I was like, I woke up to it and was like half paying attention. I was like waking up, and then the episode finished. I was like, what the fuck was that about? So I basically woke up, started the episode again from scratch, and like watched the whole thing. It was fucking amazing.
I mean, have you actually kept up to date with like what's happening to him in prison? He's having a whale of a time. Like. He's loving prison, and I don't know whether he's saying this just to piss everyone off, because let's face it, the sort of thing Luke and McGraw would do. But like every time he's like, if someone's interviewed him about his life in prison, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and do his voice again. His annoying fucking voice. Oh, I'm having a great time. I have a gaming system in here, and I can just spend all day playing games. I'm having a great time. It's much better than being outside." I'm just sitting there like, bro, just I want to punch you in the face with a chair.
Thing is, all I know is that. He's the kind of person that is either actually loving the time there, or is going to waffle about loving the time there to piss people off. Yeah. Either way, cunt.
Either way, his voice is annoying. He's had plastic surgery. He's a killed cat. He's a prick. Like just ignore him.
Don't forget the killing people part. I feel like that's important as well.
I mean, yeah, there's that. No, I'm not. This is not going to be the hill I die on. Yeah, it's tragically killed people. I'm not dying on this hill.
Obviously, the killing the humans is messed up, but I think the one thing that was like the worst thing that he did with the cats, I'd say, was the cobra, because that's a giant. Or was it a cobra? It was some sort of snake.
It is some sort of snake.
I mean, the thing is, like, I want if you take it from a philosophical point of view, and I'm going deep here again. I think killing cats is worse than killing human, because a cat doesn't understand why it's being killed. All it knows is it's being killed. A human can look the person in the eye and go, "This person's a psychopath. I am dying for that reason." A cat, he was loving on it. He was like making it think it was his friend. This cat doesn't know any better. This cat is just. That's why it's tragic to me that he killed the cat, because the cat, like, it doesn't understand why it's being killed.
And that's not Eddie saying that it's less bad to kill humans.
Oh yeah, it's killing humans. Yeah. If you kill a cat or a human, either way, you're a sick piece of shit. But
I think that's.
I
think that works the same with watching a movie where, like in I Am Legend, when the dog dies. Like when an animal dies in a film, you get more sad than you do when a character dies, because you kind of look at it and go, well, the human's going, I know what this is. Like, I know what's going on. I'm dying. Whereas the dog's like. Dying, it has no clue. Like that dog's brain could be really sad, and it's like, oh man.
Like the way I view it is, a person has a sense of like self-autonomy. They understand, like that whole phrase. I think, therefore I am. That's what I think the phrase is. A human understands they're human. They have a place in this world. They have an understanding of the world around them. A dog is just there. Well, yeah, but a dog is just there.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been told many times that people worry I care about dogs and cats more than people.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying this, because like a dog, a lot of people, because these dogs and animals don't understand the world around them the way a human does. A lot of humans like place this level of like, I have to protect this animal upon them. They automatically sympathise with the animal, which is why when an animal dies, it hits the person way harder than it would if a human dies.
But there's loads of studies that show that people who have had animals die in their life growing up are a lot better equipped to deal with human death later on in their lives.
I mean, I don't know. It's one of them things. It's definitely like this goes into like philosophical psychology shit, and I'm just like, I probably have an opinion somewhere deep down in this fucking shit show of a head, but yeah.
At least you're not Reese.
Yeah, I mean, I love why Reese hasn't commented a single thing on this. You can just tell he's never watched Don't Fuck with Cats.
No, I haven't. That's fine.
His voice went so delicate.
I don't know a thing on it. Don't know a thing on it.
It's a good thing, but just don't watch it on a full stomach. Just what, like, you know, like it kind of messes you up at points. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked. Very much fucked.
I've always been like, I might get some slack for this. I hate cats. I love dogs, but I can't stand cats. But watching that,
Really?
I felt really like sad.
What do you hate about cats?
They're just evil bricks, mate.
Yeah, but so are humans.
Yeah, I prefer. Yeah, very true. But I prefer dogs because like they come up to you, they cuddle you and everything, and they're like they lick your hand. And cats just like, they're just evil little twats.
Nah, I rate cats fully because of that.
Just
I
evil.
think the way I view the difference between cats and dogs like, you know, they get love by just forcing their love upon you. Cats get love by denying their love, and humans automatically think, I want to please this animal. I want to make this animal happy.
Yeah.
Like, and eventually the cat will give in and just sit on you. And like, you know, my cat's getting old.
Cats are the type of people to fish for compliments. That's all it is.
Like, my cat's getting old at this point. I have two cats called Bonnie and Clyde, and like, Clyde's getting old. Yeah, I see Ryan's face. Clyde's getting old. Like, and like, what he's done recently, he's just done this thing where I'll just be sitting there, and he'll just come and sit on me. He doesn't give a shit whether my laptop's there, what I'm doing, whether I'm about to get up. He will come and sit on me, and if I try and push him off, he will hiss and claw and attack me. So I'm basically just trapped with this cat there on me, waiting for him to move. And the other day, my mum, like, the doorbell was going off, and Mum's like, Ed, are you going to get the doorbell? I'm like, no, the cat's on me. I am not getting this door. The cat is on me. Like,
Eddie, how big are you? Like, how tall and how much do you weigh at the moment?
6'2", 26 stone.
6'2", 26 stone man versus cat. Who wins? Definitely cat.
What am I supposed to do? Drop kick a cat? Well, I'm not doing that.
No, we're sitting down, Eddie.
I'm just sitting there in a boxing match with a cat, just like suplex the cat. I don't know.
That's the thing. If a dog was laying on you and your mum, the doorbell went, your mum, can you get the door? You go, yeah. No issue. You can get up and get the door.
And the dog would feel bad about bothering, like would feel bad about being in the way.
Yeah, but
Like, but then 5 minutes later, it's fine, isn't it? It's looking at its
I mean,
balls.
you know, don't get me wrong. I love dogs and I love cats. Like, I want a dog just as much as I want a cat. But you know, I just live with what I get. You know, I'm an easy kind of guy. If I've got a cat, I've got a cat. If I've got a dog, I've got a dog. It doesn't matter.
I can't wait to get a dog.
What's the wildest? I'll say wildest or craziest or weirdest pet you've ever had?
Who?
Anyone, just all of us. Question.
I've had Reese stay over at mine for a bit. Does that count?
Mate, I treated you well. I made you food and everything.
You made substance.
Bro, you know how sensitive I am about my spag bowl. You know.
Reese knows how to make one thing, and it's a spag bowl, and he talks about it for fucking like months on end.
Eddie, that face, allow it. No.
And then
Wait, I'll wait for Ryan.
he puts like a kilo of fucking like ground beef, a tad bit of salt and pepper, and some like.
Yes, but that was only because I asked you, do you want any veg in it, and you were like, no.
There was no spices.
I have veg in spag bowl.
Right, Reese, if we put the Ed Special up against your spag bowl, which would win?
Ed Special.
Thank you.
But that's because it's the Ed Special.
I ate
Nothing
it.
beats that.
It was nice, but I would never rave on about it for months on end, to be honest, Reese. I mean, I love you to bits, but out of all the things you've got going for you,
Look, bro, when
out of the thing that you've got going for you, your cooking isn't it?
When that's all you can cook, you just have to hold on to the little you have.
I offered to teach you how to cook chicken chow mein, and you was like, no, I know how to cook spag bowl.
That.
Cook off.
Reese exclusively lives off of
Don't me up.
Burgers and
I
pizza.
would do.
That's
I
it.
would do a cook-off, and I.
Oh yeah, but you would
I
fucking
do
take the biggest L.
We'll do a cook
Nah, I will win.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm smoking you all in the cook-off. There's no
So
joke.
I reckon I'd win, Ryan. I'm actually.
Both my parents have been extremely successful in the culinary industry, and I've been brought up to follow suit. You're fucked.
I left with
I reckon-
two
I
chefs
reckon
for a
I-
year, so.
I can hold my own.
Yeah, but you were working behind the fucking bar. What are you chatting?
No.
I
I lived.
That's
with
like me
two
saying. That's
I-
like
I
me saying
lived
that
with
I
two
work
chefs.
with.
I lived with two chefs.
Yeah, and they were making food for you, and I bet you were never fucking batting an eye at what the fuck was going on.
I'm not gonna lie. That one time we walked into the kitchen and Keanu's girlfriend was cooking that
was
fucking thing with the onion.
horrible. That was the worst.
We literally walked into the kitchen. I don't even know what we was doing. We walked into the kitchen, and I can't say this. This is very anti-Semitic. I couldn't breathe. I literally thought someone had gassed the kitchen. By the way, I can say the anti-Semitic thing because I'm Jewish. I'm choosing not to. Alright?
He's choosing not to by saying what he could have said.
Hmm?
He's not saying it by saying what he could have said.
I didn't get a word of that.
It's like
Right,
people saying, "I'm better than making the racist joke because I thought of it and I didn't make it." It's like, well, no, you still thought of it and you brought up that you did make it.
No, I mean, like, you know, I'm not claiming to be a good person for not making it. I'm just saying.
You're never claiming to be a good person.
I'm
You're
a
not
terrible person. Anyone who thinks I'm a good person is woefully, like, they don't know me at all. I am a terrible, terrible person, unless we're talking about race, in which case I try my best.
Yeah, but compared to Reese, everyone's a fucking saint.
How do we do these? How do we do these tangents? So from what's the wildest pet to everyone's a saint but Reese.
No. If you have to pick, but you know what's crazy? Is that there's like 7 fucking billion of us, right? And out of every single one of them, right? There's like 7 point something billion, right? Out of every single one, Reese is the fucking dumbest. Like, how mental?
Sorry.
Alright.
7 billion of us, and he goes, there's 4, and that's the proudest pile of.
Oh no, I think
How
that's
does
like
it feel?
7.4.
How does it feel being dumber than someone in this podcast with legit autism?
How does it feel being the dumbest? Like, the dumbest one?
Reese, what's it like being you? Give us a brief overview of your day.
I try and avoid my phone and computer so I don't have to talk to anyone, and then I have a good day.
Mate, don't worry about that. No one fucking wants to talk to you.
Otherwise, I talk.
I literally slept an extra half an hour to not have to put up with your fucking mug. Anyway.
Is this just an episode bashing Reese?
I don't know what.
The amount of episodes we've had of just bullying Ed, I don't give a shit.
I've
He has
not
just
spoken
coming.
to Reese in a couple, since the last recording. I've got like some taking the piss to get out.
Next week's episode is going to start with like, oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. I'm Eddie, that's Ryan, that's Jay. Right, moving on. Reese ain't going to be here.
Reese starts his own podcast. Just what?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
So, anyways, go on about how you're avoiding people who are already avoiding you.
He's on mute. I can't hear you, man.
Yeah, you muted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dumbest person on planet Earth.
Shall I get a new topic out? Reese, you had your chance. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry, Reese. Can't hear you, mate.
Can you hear me now?
No, you had your chance. New topic.
My mic just turns off every now and then. It's fucked.
Oh.
Right, are we doing the new topic or wait, let him Reese explain?
We thought last week's was a stinker.
Mate, we need to do it. We need to make every week a special because every not special episode has just been a fucking roast.
I mean, like, we can't just make every week a special episode because that takes away from the specials.
Yeah, but then every episode would be less shit.
Welcome to the 15th of January special.
We just find a really pure holiday. Like, oh, happy Dog Day special. All right, so
to be fair,
St. Johannesburg in Switzerland today.
We could do a 15th of January special to mark that we've actually got through half this month.
I mean,
that's our special.
That's why I expect to make it into 2021.
Yes.
I'm enjoying this, though. I'm having a cracking time.
Get a new topic.
Pokemon vs Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Pokemon
Why can they not? Why can't we respect them both for what they are? Like
I'm
Star
gonna
Trek
take a page out of my ex's book and say you can't like both Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you don't pick, I'm breaking up with you.
Break up with me.
Jesus.
No, this is something she actually said. She was
anyone putting anyone through that ultimatum doesn't deserve Eddie's.
I know, and then she did a similar thing where she was just like, "Oh, you can't like both Star Wars and Star Trek." And I'm like,
then what the fucking wrong then? That's what's wrong with people.
I was just sitting there like, you know what? Right, if you're willing to break up with me over something so stupid, just do it. Like, I don't give a crap. And then she got really pissed off that I wasn't fighting for the relationship. I was just sitting there like, do you want to break up with me or not? Make up your goddamn mind. Like, just
wait.
Eddie,
she was annoyed at you that you weren't fighting for the relationship when she said you can't like both Pokemon and
yeah. I'm like, you can't have your cake and eat it. Make up your mind. Like, do you want to break up with me or not? Like,
they both exist. Can we not both appreciate them for what they are?
I don't have an opinion on either of them because I don't like either. It's not my kind of.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I used to have like the arm thing, you know, that you would walk around to let everyone know you're a virgin. That's what I had, and it was great. Like. I used to be so good at playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play.
Oh man, I used to be such a good virgin. Oh.
No, I used to play with kids in like primary school.
I was saying that after what I just said.
Like, and like, what happened?
I just said I was such a good virgin, and you said I used to play with him. That is not a good transition, Eddie.
I don't care. I don't care. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was in primary school with the other kids. There we go.
Thank you.
And like, what would happen is, basically we played like death mode, where if they lose, I get to keep their graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, I got to the point where I had so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I was no longer counting the amount of cards I had. I was counting in how many kilos of cards I have. And I have 1.5 kilo of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I had to ban it because of me in my school. That's how good I was at it. I have 3 sets of Egyptian god cards.
So were you just cracked, or was everyone else fucking?
Kind of. It was just that like I said, I weaponized my autism to my advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Eddie, I'm gonna send you that shirt. I'm gonna ship it to you. Like, here's your own merch.
Weaponized autism. Oh. No, like, I just knew every card inside and out that, like, reasonably someone else would have. Of course, every so often someone would just whip out a really obscure card, and I'll just be like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." But either way, you have activated my trap. Like, just God, it generally doesn't surprise me that it took me until recently to lose my virginity. Next topic.
Good shout.
Well, this topic, Jar, is the death and the savior of this podcast.
We should do a segment when we get a bit more of a following. We should do a segment where we read a couple like tweets or mean tweets or something, or like some sort of fan.
Anything
I've got an idea.
Can
we message Reese's exes saying review Reese's relationship?
To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't weird, I definitely would do that. Of like, send a survey to girls I've gotten with on like constructive criticism.
2 stars and a wish.
No, but like, I feel like that would be really helpful. Have you ever watched the movie 2 Night Stand?
No.
Alright, so there's this film with Miles Teller and I forget who the girl is. Where they have a 1 night stand. I think it's Mila Kunis. She wakes up and then like tries to leave the next day, and they get snowed in because they're like in like Canada or some shit, right? Yeah. And so they can't she can't physically leave the apartment, and so she ends up stuck in the flat with this guy for the day, and they end up fighting and whatever, and not agreeing, and talking smack. And then in the argument, they like talk smack about what they did in bed that was shit. And then later on, they end up like getting over their differences and making up and whatever. And then they're like, well, what can I do better? And they had that constructive criticism session. And obviously they had sex again at the end of the movie, and it was fucking amazing.
I mean, you can have a similar thing. What you can do is just have like a stack of surveys by your bed, so when you're done fucking a girl, just get her to fill it out and then send her on her way.
They're already in too much misery. I'm not going to add a fucking survey to that. But like, if it wasn't weird, I would definitely do a Google form and then send it to people. Be like, if you want to fill this out, let me know what I can do next.
Over time, you can put the data into an Excel spreadsheet and you can plot it, get some like decent data points, and you can figure out where you can improve.
Yeah, no, I feel like that. Surely that would be a good thing, though. Like, obviously, it's fucking weird. It would be fucking weird, but like, surely that can only cause good.
I mean, the way I view it, right? For you, it'd probably be weird. For me, if a girl's dating me, they already know they're in for a wild ride. I reckon I could get away with it.
If we did that with Eddie, it would just be all of them would just be he didn't choose between Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. So
yeah, but what we do about the ones that are dead now? I'm joking.
Oh! Oh! Jesus! Right. On that note, Jay.
yeah.
How and why does Curly's wife represent the injustice against women during that time period?
Right, so all I know about this is that Curly's wife's lipstick's red to signify danger, and that she was an evil.
Did you read the book?
Or maybe she just likes the color red. I wasn't around.
As the English teachers, they will ram it down your throat that like they chose that color. The author chose that color for a specific reason.
I wasn't particularly around kid in school. I went through my whole education without getting a detention. But I was also the one that every English class, I would fucking have a row with my English teacher. Not like a proper row, but like a debate with my English teacher, where she's like, so why do you think the door was blue and open? It's like, maybe because it was fucking blue. It's like, no, I think it signifies it, but maybe it fucking doesn't. Maybe he just likes the colour blue, innit? Like,
the way I viewed it with English was, it doesn't matter if you're right. Like,
it matters how you.
If you can prove that the potato for some reason represents feminism, then the potato represents feminism. That's what you need to do. If you can prove it.
It's all like to the perspective of the reader. But when my English teacher tells me for a fact the door is blue because he was sad, it's like maybe he just likes the fucking colour blue, innit?
I mean,
or maybe he spun a fucking wheel.
I think my favourite one that I did during my English exam was in Inspector Calls. The inspector's called Inspector Gull. Gull is a fishing town, and he's fishing for information.
That's the biggest away.
What,
yeah, I got an A star because of it. Huh?
You got an A star? Fair play.
Yeah. Because I was really... look, you guys know me. One of my many talents, and I say many because there are so many, is chatting absolute bollocks. Like, it's just like, if you give me something to talk about, I can come up with absolute bollocks on the spot about it.
I mean, I was the kind of cunt that wrote their English GCSE coursework about how flawed the GCSE system is and how we'd never learn about useful shit like doing taxes, and we spend so much time writing essays about the colour blue on the door. That was my English literature essay because I'm a fucking.
I did a similar thing because in sixth form we had to write. I did IB, so we had to write like an extended essay, and like we could write it on whatever we want. And like there was this ongoing joke in our sixth form that everyone who does IB just ends up being depressed. So I did mine on is there a statistical correlation between amount of IB students in a sixth form and anxiety levels among the students? And like I submitted it, and like my teacher was just like, "Are you sure you want to do this? You could get in trouble for it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't see how I can get in trouble for proving there's a statistically significant correlation."
Can I talk about this on the podcast? About the conspiracy theory with my English language exam?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but basically, for my English GCSE, I did language and literature, and I did my GCSEs in Spain in an English school. So we had a lot of Spanish students. We had like a massive range of ability in English, and everyone in our like extended English group. That did English language as a GCSE. Every single person in my class, including the Spanish like people who just came to school like 2 years earlier and managed to get good at English enough to do like the actual GCSE, got a B. And it's not just weird because of that. All my mates who sat the Cambridge GCSE in England the same year got a B. And the first essay that you had to write about, like the first like piece of text they give you, was all about bees and how they're going extinct and shit. And the second story was basically like the bee movie where this lady meets like a bee in a field.
Everyone
And
knows
I'm
what
just
the bee movie's about.
Well, no, it wasn't actually the bee movie, but it's like this lady in a field and she like meets a bee or whatever. And I'm just like, that is way too many coincidences.
Right.
Surely, every single person I've spoken to who sat that exam has gotten a B on it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I suppose there could be a correlation there. I mean,
like all the A-star fucking nerdy McTit students that had never gotten less than an A in any of our work, all year got a B. All the fucking.
What do you reckon? Just the the fucking examiners were just sitting there or smoking, just thinking, do you know what would be really funny if we'd scale?
You know, it would be really funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, one thing I do find interesting, right? This is kind of on topic, kind of not on topic. There is a correlation between marijuana arrests, like possession of marijuana arrests for teenagers in America, and honey producing bee populations. I don't know why there's a correlation, but there's a legit correlation. Whenever it goes up, the bee colonies goes down, and there's an actual like symmetrical correlation for no fucking reason.
The bees are just getting like hotboxed, very low tolerance, and they're flying past certain houses, and they're just like, yo.
Just like a bee that's just like, yo, I don't feel like just. It goes whenever the arrest goes up. I mean, like, you know, maybe the bees are just like they go hippie mode and decide to stop producing honey.
The beehives are all like really near the fucking like drug like retentions, like where they're keeping all the drugs in the police centers.
Oh my god! Have you ever seen that scary movie where they're running away with a giant joint? Like, just have you never seen that? There's a scary movie where Snoop Dogg and this other guy go like they for some reason.
Mate, he made some fucking weird films.
But I'm not even gonna lie, Snoop Dogg. I respect him so much because he just doesn't give a shit. If you give him money, he will rap or act.
Yeah, exactly. He's the biggest sellout, but in the best way.
Like
he was in the new SpongeBob movie.
Not even that. He raps like a fucking Just Eat. Like this.
Yeah, but Just Eat paid him bags.
Yeah, I agree. Like most of the time when somebody sells out, like everyone hops on them and says, "Oh yeah, they sold out. Fuck them." Snoop Dogg, he both sold out and somehow managed to succeed from selling out.
And get more respect.
I love him so much. Like,
people said he sold out because of the Just Eat. He bought in, didn't he? He didn't sell out. He bought in. He was like, if you were Snoop Dogg and Just Eat came to you with that amount of money and was like, "Do you want to do this?" Who wouldn't say no? Like,
oh yeah, obviously. That's the thing. And the thing is, he's gotten so high profile from doing it that people have to pay bags for it.
Exactly.
I fully respect it. I respect the hustle 100%. Like, there's a level of hustle there that I aspire to.
And the other thing is that, like, no matter what it is that he's doing, and he's done like everything from fucking a full-fledged hip-hop rap career to Just Eat That. But he does sick at it. Like, he's jokes and brilliant in everything he does. Like, that Just Eat ad is sick. Like, objectively, it is sick. And like the rap he does in it is decent. Like, it's class. It is jokes.
No matter what Snoop Dogg does, he succeeds in it. And
Did you guys ever watch that video where they give different drugs to spiders? Like, it's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And like you see
I'm really interested to see what your YouTube suggested is. Like,
to be fair, my life has just become Minecraft YouTube since these lockdowns. Like, everywhere I look, and I'm not complaining because I fucking love it and I watch everything on repeat, but my YouTube recommended is all that. My Twitch is basically all that. My TikTok is all that.
Ryan is just one of the few people who are still subscribed to Minecraft.
My Minecraft obsession from 2010, 2011 has fully like resurged.
I've never really stopped watching it. I've been subscribed to Ethos Lab for.
That's the thing. I've never fully stopped watching it, but I've never watched it to this extent. It's never consumed my life to this extent.
I love watching the Let's Plays, but I hate playing the game. Like, I like playing Minecraft, but I just hate playing it at the same time.
I just don't have motivation to play it these days.
It's just the amount of grinding it takes to get to the level of Minecraft that I want to be. Like, the guys on SciCraft, I respect them so much.
Bro, that's mental. That's like, that is another fucking level.
No, most of the people on the SciCraft server don't even play. They just look through the code for exploits.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. Like,
that takes fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the way I view it is just like, you know, some people make memes, some people make money. It's the way it is. Like, that has nothing to do with what I just said, but I'm going to say it.
That is the most random bit of truth Eddie has ever spoken, I think.
You know what I feel like?
And that's someone who's not made a single fucking dime basically since March.
Who, me?
Me.
Oh, fair.
I feel like I feel like something really big needs to happen in the world right now for it to give us some sort of content to talk about.
I've got a whole jar of content to talk about, mate. Like,
mate, half the jar's gone because you can't fucking talk about it.
Bro, no, we've only done. Oh, what? I'll put another one out. Here we go. Please don't be.
Can you ask this one to Reese so you can say at least one thing on this podcast?
Yeah, Reese is very quiet.
Reese is not going to know anything about this, so I'm going to put it back in.
I know, sir.
Huh? You want me to say it?
No, I went now.
Right. Reese is just enjoying. This is a holiday for him. He's just like, I don't know if to say it. It's just great.
Having a good time.
Reese is like eye candy.
Why on earth did I give Reese my mum's number?
Is that actually one of them?
Yeah.
Didn't he get your number like everyone else did? Wasn't it from that Facebook Marketplace ad? Where everyone else got your number?
No, Reese, do you want to explain? Like, he gives you an excuse to talk.
You just gave me her number.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't just give you my mum's number.
Well, it was for her birthday, so I could text her.
No, it wasn't. Did you really not remember?
I swear it was for her birthday.
No, my mum had an operation.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Basically, so when I was living with Reese, like, whenever my mum would call me, he would, like, bust into my room. Like, is your mum calling you? Let me in, I want to talk to your mum. And, like, he would always do this, no matter who I was on the phone with. And, like, he would just.
And then we wonder why it took Eddie so long to lose his virginity.
Yeah. Like,
Reese is the biggest cockblock.
To be fair, after 21 years, 1 year living with me, I got Eddie to lose his virginity.
He was at uni, Reese. That had nothing to do with you.
No.
It would have happened. I'm not gonna lie.
It genuinely did have nothing to do with you.
I reckon if Jay had gone out less with you, he would have probably lost his. Not this Jay, Bennett. If he would have lost his virginity.
No, the amount of nights I've tried wingmanning Jay.
Yeah, and then gotten with the people that you were setting him up with.
Yeah,
That's snaky. I'm not even gonna lie, that is snaky. No, the story of how I lost mine is absolutely tragic. It was a girl. She messaged me. She basically went, "Oh, do you want to come over so we can like study for the essay?" And my dumb ass believed she actually wanted us to study for the essay. So I brought my laptop and textbooks, and then like suddenly like we start like you know tugging. I'm gonna say, and I'm like, I actually pushed her away.
Did you get straight into it when you got there, or
no, I pushed her away. Are we studying or not? No, like, she was just looking for any excuse. She was looking I get my laptop out, start studying. Alright, and like, she comes in half minutes later in a fucking bra and like thing. I've gone, what the fuck is this? Alright, and then so like, she just suddenly goes, oh, you are autistic, aren't you? And I'm like, what? And then like, she just hopped on me. I get about 5 minutes in, I push her off and go, look, I actually have to study, so if we're not studying, I need you to tell me now. Like,
this is the thing, is whenever Eddie is talking to a girl, he never understands flirting or anything. So he'll have to come to one of us and just be like, is she flirting with me? Sometimes it'll be so straightforward. Like, they'll be like, oh, come over so I can get with you or some shit. Like, it'll be so straightforward, and he just won't understand what they're trying to do.
No, to be fair, I relate. I get that.
Reese and this girl literally had to read through messages between me and this girl on Tinder for close to 3 months, just so I knew.
I'm sorry, if she's messaging you from Tinder for 3 months, she probably likes you.
I mean, you say that, but turns out she didn't.
Eddie's took his textbooks, his laptop. She's laid there naked on the bed. He goes, No, we need to find out why the door is blue. No, it's so serious.
And then she did the same thing to me a couple of days later. She's gone, oh, do you want to come over? I actually want to study this time. So, again, I show up with my laptop and things.
No, to be fair, if she says that, then fully, like, I get, no, I'm on Eddie's side.
That's fair enough.
It can be, like, you can never tell sometimes when people are joking or like.
I actually want to study this time, and it turns out it's nothing but a condom.
Just not even clothes. I just walk across the campus butt naked, just like.
Mate, to be fair, the amount of times you walked around campus basically naked.
Don't say that. I was in my underwear. Don't even say naked. I would just walk round to get the kebab, which me and Reese ordered, just in nothing but sliders, my underwear, and a vest, and like wonder why everyone just avoids me.
They can't control themselves around.
I would just be walking around with sliders, like underwear, vest, can of Stella. Or I would actually look like the most. I would look like
Brexit wife beater in the world.
Yeah, I literally I would look like the kind of guy you would see outside of Weatherspoons at 6 a.m. because he's just got his benefits.
You find literally every type of person outside of Spoons at any time of day.
Yeah, but like those people that are outside, they're waiting for it to open.
Oh, legends.
Yeah, you can't say that to Ryan, to be fair.
There used to be this pub. The first uni I went to was Northampton. There used to be this pub called The Cock. And it was one of those old people pubs.
Oh, I bet you love The Cock, didn't you?
Bro, I loved The Cock.
Named after Eddie himself.
I went to eat in The Cock constantly. It was the best food.
Wait, Jay, please can you clip that bit for the TikTok?
I just want to say... I just want to say to all of the people on TikTok, I would regularly drink from The Cock in Northampton. Right?
This is just out of context now. It's just gonna be Eddie, like a minute-long clip of Eddie just saying like, "I love drinking from The Cock." And The Cock is my favourite place.
I would regularly go and grab a drink from The Cock for in Northampton, and like it would be great because I just had to pay £1.99 and I'd be just full up for the week. Like it'd be
£1.99 for a good cock.
That's a pretty cheap cock, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that was a great cock.
Did The Cock ever go in you?
Well, no, we're talking about a pub. That's not how pubs work. Reece, you ruined it. All right, you ruined it.
Yeah, Reece, it was better when you were being quiet for the whole episode.
Oh man.
This is just
gonna cut the editor from now on.
Oh, a minute.
And then we're just editing this episode, and it's just going to be like 2 minutes long. It's going to be the bit where he was
like. Name the episode Eddie Loves Cock, please.
No, the episode has to be The Door is Blue.
The cock is blue.
The blue door has a cock in it.
Eddie walked through the blue door to get to the cock.
Oh my god, it was like.
Why did you keep looking out your window? You waiting for it.
No. Belle Delphine's there.
Oh man, I wish.
Oh man, fucking hell.
You say that, I have a sneaking suspicion that things between you and Frank have gotten quite
I think
on the road because you were tweeting about how gutted you were about the whole lockdown situation.
No, sorry.
Particularly, wait, let me finish my argument. This is where my Sherlock Holmes skills come in. Particularly about how a certain day was supposed to be great. And if my memory is right, that certain day was supposed to be Frank's birthday, right?
No.
Oh, okay, I remembered it wrong.
No, but it was, he was meant to be going to see Frank.
Yeah, I was meant to see her and then everything got all snubbled with COVID.
Yeah.
But can't do anything, can you? Sorry.
I mean, it does show that you properly like this person. Yeah.
I mean, obviously. She's gonna text me. She's gonna text me. I need help with studying for uni, and I'm like, Reece,
Eddie, what's his name?
Just shut, look, mate. If I've learned anything, show up with a laptop, textbook. You'll have a great time. Right? Just like every time I've gone prepared, I've left with nothing.
Oh yeah, but that's when you're expecting it or when you're going for it, it never works.
No, I was talking about like there's been times when I didn't even expect it to happen, but bought a condom anyway just in case, and it didn't happen.
Oh yeah, but that's why you always have to have them just in case. But that's like, it's never when you're looking for it that it happens. It literally never is.
I don't know, it's one of them things, isn't it? Just sometimes you want to study and end up getting late. It's just the way it is. Oh man. That was the episode, guys. That was what the fuck happened last night. I'm Ed, that's Reese, that's Ryan, that's Jay. And remember, if she follows our Instagram page, she is the one.
Does Frank follow our Instagram page? Okay, if not, then I'm sorry, Jay, but we're gonna have to let them know collectively. As a podcast, we now decide.
As a podcast, we're breaking up with her. Oh man. Is that it? Are we done? Is that recording? Oh man. I think it might be worth us playing